Welcome everyone to another episode of the Deadass podcast. I'm your host Bryzy, and today got a special guest with me, a good mate of mine, been a good mate of mine and my family for many years, and that's old Philly. Phil, mate, absolute pleasure to be here, to have you here today.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
You're welcome, and Chelsea dropped you off, and Chelsea didn't want to hang around, mate. She wanted to get out real quick, didn't she?
Yeah, she done the runner. She says, I'm not sitting in on that."
No, that's fair enough, mate. Phil is actually on his days off, and he does work out at the mines, 7 on 7 off roster. So it was a pleasure that he came in today. So Philby, as you've heard from previous episodes, mate, the idea of this podcast is to just give an opportunity to give people the time to share their stories, share their eulogies. As you know yourself, like you at some point there during your career, mate, you did a stint with us as a funeral director. You've seen many funerals over the years, mate. You've heard many eulogies. You've heard some cracking stories.
Yep.
Some of those stories shared by the families of the people who passed away, but unfortunately not heard from that actual person, like from themselves. So, there is those key notes that are missed out of those eulogies, which could have been some fucking banging stories.
Yeah.
So that's the idea, to cement some of those stories, to have them out there for future use, just in case anyone ever needs them or wants to go back and hear some stories of that person's life. They don't particularly have to be passed away.
Yeah.
They could just, you could just go,
Sure.
oh, well, wonder what Philby's life was like, and then, what does he get up to back in those days? Like, oh, there's a podcast about him, about some of the stories he did back then.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can even then jump on yourself and go, hey, look, 20 years ago, I sat down with my old mate Bryzy. We talked about some shit. Here's that episode.
Yeah.
So, like that's the idea of it.
It's awesome.
So I'm really excited to hear some of your stories, mate. We've had some cracking fishing trips and camping adventures and some funeral stories and job stuff over the years. Just to get a bit of a brief rundown of ideas. So you're originally from Mount Gambier, down south, and you made your way up this way. So you packed your bags and you said, mate, I'm travelling, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
I'm going to make my way north. So let's kick off from that point.
Yeah.
You literally just packed your bag.
I did, mate. Yeah. I had me swag.
Yep.
Had me dryers bone rolled up in it.
Yeah.
Had my surfboard.
Yeah.
And hitchhiked.
I love
all the
that.
way from Berry.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I love that because I tell people that all the time. Like, oh, my mate Philby, literally just packed up, fucking hitchhiked his way up. And how far north did you get?
Got up to Rocky.
Oh, so you actually stopped in Rocky?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Went to Bundy, just to stop over, and made my way to Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I met Lee and Phil.
Yep.
Yeah, and then shot up to Airlie for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, wanted to see what Airlie was all about.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Probably good that you got out early after a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah.
That place can get you down pretty quick. And then come down to Rocky, eh?
Yeah, came back to Rocky and thought I'd settle down here and.
What was your first job in Rocky?
So I was working doing quick curb.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Concreting and
concrete.
landscaping and done that for a little while.
Yeah.
And sort of wanted to venture out a little bit and
try something else.
Try something else. And eventually found a job up at the crematorium.
Yeah, what was it? Was it advertised or published or something? Or how did you come about that?
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth, was it?
Yeah, just through friends. And we got that. I got the chance to go up there and work for a while doing that. Yeah, it was good. Just doing the the landscaping
side of it.
And,
and then you ended up getting into the cremation side of it as well and all that sort of stuff as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
And how long were you at the crematorium for?
How
long was that?
I think it might have been about a year and a half.
Yeah, and we essentially we poached you, didn't we? We stole you.
Yeah.
Because we built that relationship with you, met you up at the crematorium. We come up there to do the funerals and whatnot, and then obviously Philly's a mad bastard. Let's get him to go work for us.
Yeah, it was good. It was like meeting you guys and coming over to work with you was like the right decision. Yeah, 'cause it was like family.
Yeah, I definitely, mate. Oh, definitely class you as family, brother. Yeah, 100%.
We worked together, and then as soon as we finished work, we're off fishing or
we did a lot of fishing too.
Yeah,
and we did a lot of like
drunk fishing,
the old rum throwdowns.
Yeah.
And then overnight bloody fishing trips. Like we'd literally like finish work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever it was, pack the car.
Straight down the
beach.
Rosie.
Roslyn Bay. And we'd fish there all night.
Yeah, we'd be there till 3 or 4.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
And then we'd fucking stumble into the car. We had someone that was designated driver.
That's right, yeah.
But we'd do that. We did that for years.
Yeah.
And
everybody heard about the trips.
No, they did.
And then everybody wanted to join in and come down.
And we ended up having a bit of a crew.
Yeah. We'd end up having 10 people, 15 people coming down for the fish.
Yeah, it was
Or they'd just drop down and catch up.
But we'd always make something of it. Like, we'd improvise too. Like, remember we'd go to the dump and we'd pick up, like, shit rods or half-broken rods. And
Nimbus.
The Nimbus 2000.
Nimbus 2000,
We still got that.
Yeah.
We still got that rod.
We need to hang that up.
We do.
Somewhere.
That's a trophy in itself, eh?
Yeah.
And so, we'd try some different thing, or we'd mould our own bloody rod together to try and catch some fish. And we ended up catching some fucking staunches too, didn't we? Like, we got some good stuff. And pretty sure the old boy, he caught a fucking massive, big flatty.
Flatty on it. Yeah, he threw it right
in
the
front.
line, right in front of him on the boat ramp.
On the boat ramp.
Yeah. As soon as we got there.
Yeah. And it was like an 80 centimetre or something. It was fucking huge.
Cracker.
What got you? Because you pretty much brought the whole obsession. Like, we always fished a little bit, like not much, but we did a little bit. And then when you came and started working with us, like, the whole fishing just blew up. And like you've got a passion and a love for fishing, like no other person I've ever met. Like, you literally probably the most dedicated, passionate fishing person I've ever met in my life. Like, even to this day, like, nothing has changed. You're still just as keen as you ever have been. Hey,
yeah.
What got you started in that? What made you?
Well, when my mum met my stepdad Shane,
sure.
He was a full bore fisherman too. And,
was he?
Yep. And from a young age, he used to take me out fishing. I remember we had the old Burley bus, the old Land Ranger.
Oh Range Rover.
Range Rover.
Yeah.
And it was funny because we'd take that down. It was like 8 o'clock at night. And we'd launch the boat off the beach.
Oh, true.
Yeah, breakers going all around us, and I was a grasshopper, and I'm holding onto the front of the boat or the back of the boat, and he'd go and take the car up. Yeah, pitch black, couldn't see anything, and I don't even know how I held onto the boat. Like, I used to struggle, but we done it. And we'd cruise out nearly every afternoon if we could, to go fishing, and I was always up the jetty.
Yep.
Every bloody time. Yeah.
And it just struck a chord with you, mate.
It did.
Just like, this is for me.
Yeah, it was the tuna fishing that got me.
Was it? Yeah.
First hook up on a tuna, and
oh, really? It was a tuna. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Holy heck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That reel goes straight through you. Yeah. Yeah. That was it.
And was that down south that you caught those tunas? Was
yeah.
It?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Far out. So that's fishing obsession that's led you all around Australia. Yeah, hasn't it? So so once you finished up with us at the Finlaysons, you packed up the bags. Where'd you go afterwards? You went.
I went to.
You got in the mines. Didn't you?
Got in the mines. Went underground mining.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of an experience for the first go.
Was it?
But it's sort of one of those things you think.
Eye opener.
Yeah. You never, when you get down there, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, sure.
When you get down there, it's quite cruisy, but when you first go down that drift for the first time, it's just hairs are standing up and your eyeballs are around. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Awesome, but,
then how long were you there on that for before you made the shift?
I think I was underground for about 6 years, maybe on to 7. I think it was 2013.
Yeah, sure.
We took off to WA for something a bit different.
And how was that? What was that like?
Awesome.
Yeah,
probably. Today I'd go back in a heartbeat.
Yeah, right.
For the work.
Really,
it was awesome.
And so you just packed up the car and away you went.
Well, I got made redundant.
Okay.
The business got bought out.
Sure.
And we got a nice little package for that.
Nice.
And we thought, why not pack the car up, the boat, everything? We even put the bloody bar fridge in the boat. Priorities.
Of course.
And
Definitely.
yeah, we started.
Not an esky, a bar fridge.
No, the bar fridge.
Yeah. I like
So
it.
as soon as we pulled up at the caravan park, that was the first thing that went on. The beers went in. That was Jim Beam and the Pulse.
Oh, is that back on the Jim Beam and the
Jimmy
pulses?
days.
Holy, that's right. You're a mad Jim Beamer, weren't you?
Yeah, full ball.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But no, it was good. We took off for about 3 months, went up all the way up to Mosman.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Got as far as Mozzie, and then sad circumstances back home, so we took off.
Yep,
Went down home, spent a bit of time with the family down there.
Yep.
And then, Chelsea's parents called us up and said, hey, look, we've got work if you want to come over.
Sure.
Like now, because we were on our way over around there.
Yeah.
And, we said, right, let's go. So we packed up, took off, and I think our third day there, we're at work.
Really?
Yeah, straight onto the rail.
And how long did you end up doing the stint over in Western Australia for? Because you were there for a while.
Yeah, 8 years.
8 years, was it?
Yeah, 8 years. We left in 2019. Oh, it might have been.
And
Yeah,
that
no,
was the
2020.
And that was a trip to get back this way. You came back this way.
Yeah, well, we were moving back to South Australia because
Sure.
we were going to start doing FIFO.
Yep.
Because we built a house down there and that. And, that's when COVID struck.
The old Weezer.
Yeah, so we had everything we'd packed up. My brother was up there too, and we done the convoy back.
Yep.
And
that's right. Yep.
Yeah, that was quite an adventure. That. And we thought, well, John Hollands had a gig down in Vicky.
Yep.
For us to go to, and we bought a caravan, and we are just going to live out of that.
Yeah.
And then sort of go back to South Australia on our days off.
Yep.
And had no idea about COVID.
Yeah.
Until we actually got to Vicky.
And then you had the full ball experience of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were stuck there for the 10 months.
Shit.
So.
Yeah, that sort of put a dent in the plans, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
What were you doing for those 10 months?
Camping, fishing.
I wouldn't expect it.
And drinking a lot of fucking piss.
I was going to say, keeping the immune system up. That's what I call it.
We were quite fortunate to be able to get around. They still put down lockdowns and stuff, like restrictions of where you could camp and things, but we were quite fortunate to have a lot of friends down there.
Yeah.
And family that actually had farms and places on the river.
Yeah, oh, wow.
So we were hooking up with a mob in Brimmins, which they had like a little cottage, and holy heck, 4 or 5 days on the piss. We'd have like five bloody spud bags full of cans. And,
true.
It was full ball.
Yeah.
And, they always used to say something. You're going to fill another bag up? So, we tried for 6, but
you couldn't bowl the over.
No, couldn't do it.
So, going back to Western Australia, mate, what was your schedule like? So, was it the month on? Is it one of those ones, those big ones?
We first started off just doing a 2-on-1.
Okay.
And, I ended up getting a job that was a 4-on-1.
Yeah, that would have been. But like, I guess in hindsight, you would have been saving a lot of cash, mate. Like when you're working those months on, only having a week off, you're banking it.
Yeah, that's right. And when you're over in WA, up in the Pilbara, like you don't have to spend money to have a good time.
Yeah, sure.
Like your basics are just if you got a boat or like a tinny or something, and you can always go fishing off the beach or up the rivers there.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost you bugger all. So.
And that's what you guys did. I could imagine that's what you guys would have done.
That's
speed fish.
Yeah.
And what was the fishing like over there, mate?
Bloody awesome.
Was it really?
I would have to say the Pilbara is probably one of the best places I've ever fished. It feels untouched.
Yep.
It's a place where you can just go out and catch you're only allowed 5 reef fin fish.
Okay, sure.
Per person.
Yep.
You can have an esky or your bag out in an hour and you're back at the ramp at 8:30.
Wow.
Like
it's just that good.
It's always on. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's exciting, isn't it?
Oh, mate, yeah. Trout that weren't under 60 centimetres.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, over here, that's a bloody mission.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Oh, and what were you running? Were you just running liveys and stuff?
Mainly liveys. We'd go out without any bait.
Yeah, well, that's it. So you don't even have to buy bait or anything like that. You're literally just taking your cast net.
Yep, cruise up to the pylon, drop your jig over, you get your 20 bait.
Yep.
And boom, you're away. Wow. And you can actually just fish off the pylons and catch reds. And
true. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder you loved the fishing over there.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah. So that's that would have been taking up most of your free time doing that, mate, eh?
Yeah. I think I was going to work to relax.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
get your mind off fishing.
And we had some bloody hook and bloody.
Some great memories there.
Yeah.
Did you do much travelling out from that point? Like, did you guys jump in the car and go for a cruise much?
Yeah, well, we actually got to jump on the Derby Classic for the Buccaneers.
Oh, okay,
yeah, the Buccaneer Archipelagos.
Yep.
We got the big boat.
Did you?
Yeah, we had the big boat at that time.
Yep.
And we went out, stayed at what was it, buddy? Croc Creek out that way, Cockatoo Island.
Yeah.
Places like that, horizontal falls. We didn't actually get to see horizontal falls.
Oh, the horizontal falls, yeah.
Yeah, we got out to Montgomery Reef.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we all had a swim there.
Did you really?
Yeah, we loaded up the boat with our mates. They had their boat as well.
Yep, cool.
And we all just jumped in our boat and got on the piss, and so you can drink in your boat over there.
Oh, okay.
They don't have a
legal limit.
Yeah,
shit,
so
that's a good idea.
Cruise all day, have beers, and responsibly.
Well, that's it, responsibly. But there's enough of yous in the boat. Someone's responsible, I know.
And we weren't responsible that day. We went up Montgomery Reef, and we said, we're here, we have to swim.
Yeah, sure.
We all got to get out and have a swim. And, I said, Chelsea, hold me beer. I took the boat up just a little bit from her so that, the tide would bring it back through.
Yeah.
And, jumped out, swam over to them. We're all sitting on the side of the reef. And we had a tour boat that was
no.
Yeah, they've come past, and they're like, there's crocodiles and tiger sharks about 300 metres up. And we're like, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, they're 300 metres up.
Yeah, we waited for them to go, and we're like,
what
get
the
back in.
fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Showing how staunch you are. Yeah, I love that. Oh, shit.
It was gold.
No, that's awesome, man. And
it's the things you got to do.
Of course you do. So spontaneous things.
Yeah.
Trust me, mate. I'm not even that many episodes into this bloody podcast, but it just seems to be the common thing. It's just you got to give something to go, and you got to be spontaneous, and you got to live a little.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So so obviously has some great memories over there. I can see the appeal to want to go back there.
Yeah.
See that.
Yeah.
Especially for someone like yourself.
I think going over there for holidays is sort of a good idea. Yeah, but living back over there, I probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
It was pretty tough living over there.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah. So just so far away from everything.
Well, I was going to say the only thing that I didn't like about Perth was that there was a 5.5 hour flight to get there.
Yeah.
And that's from Brisbane. So, you got to add another hour for the trip. Yeah. Perth itself is beautiful. Like, the place was gorgeous. I went over there at the start of the year for UFC. Yeah. And, mate, it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But unless it was something like, unless I was going over there for a long time or do a big stint, excuse me, you can't just do a quick little weekend trip.
No, there's so much to see there. And enjoy.
That's right. Yeah, definitely.
And it's so quiet for a big city.
It is, and it's so spread out. What I notice is how well spread out it is. It's not compact and jammed in like a Sydney or a Brisbane.
And then you go like half an hour up the road, like Cervantes.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like going to Port Mac.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
A little crayfishing village.
Yep.
They've still got the big diesel tank out the
Oh,
front.
wow.
Yeah, it's rusted as heck. And like your little sand boat ramp and everything. And
looks like a completely different world.
Yeah, you wouldn't think you're in like right next to a
and
big
some
city.
of the, and like when we landed at the airport and we're driving through, like some of the best roads I've ever been on too.
Yeah, they are.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
And just double lane all the way through, completely barren. Like it just looked like there was so much space.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place. Absolutely beautiful. So after you come back to Victoria, the intentions of doing that, you got stuck with the visa. You spent 10 months in Victoria.
Yeah.
And then and then you found up this way. Is that what it
was?
was?
Well, we had a bit of a talk. We sat down and tried to come up with an idea of where we wanted to be. I don't think we both didn't feel comfortable being at home, like back in SA, because it was cold.
Sure.
Always raining. It didn't suit our lifestyle of camping and fishing.
Yeah.
So we thought, let's go back to Yeppoon.
Yeah.
Let's go home. Basically, like it is home.
I like how you out of all those places, you still felt like Yeppoon was a home for you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So there was. I think it was within a week or two, we threw the house up on the market.
Yep.
And it took a little bit to sell, just because the COVID. Yeah, yeah, they won't give any loans out to people easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found the one down there, and yeah, suits us perfect. So.
Oh, it's a beautiful spot, mate,
Yeah.
where you guys are living. It's gorgeous, mate.
Yeah.
And it's just so true
lucky.
to what you guys do.
Yeah.
It's so literally go across the road and you go fishing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's such that's a Phil and Chels thing I'd expect.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect anything less from you.
And the good thing is that we've got enough space between the houses, like our next doors.
Yeah, it's good.
We're not going to bother them too much with.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then obviously we, like, it was good. It was great that you guys got back because we got to catch up with you and stuff like that.
Yeah, been a while, eh?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I'd seen you through social medias and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be, but hadn't actually seen you guys in person for years. So it was great to catch up with you. And then we decided to get stuck into a bit of camping ourselves, eh?
Yes.
Found a nice little spot up the causeway.
Yeah.
Done a
Come
couple
up with a bit of competition.
Oh, I love that competition, mate.
Slug mutt shootout.
The slug mutt shootout. So it was Team Mutt and Team Slug.
Yeah.
And we pretty much just made categories for everything, didn't we? It was like the most fish caught for the night. So it was an overnight job, and we took swags with us. We just took the swags, and the first time we fucking forgot
forgot the poles.
Forgot the poles. So you had to strum together. You did it actually. You fixed it all up, put some sticks together, and made sticks as the poles. And
I
zippy
think it
tied
actually
them.
worked better than the poles. Eh?
It did, and it actually looked really cool. Looked more real to the camping, eh?
It did,
Looked cool. And then we literally started fishing, and then we're like, we make a competition out of it. So you and Chels decided on the Team Mutt.
Yeah.
And Tyler and I, my son Tyler, he's also a keen fisherman. We came up with the team Slug. Yeah. So the old Slug Mutt shootout. And so the competition was most amount of fish.
Yep. The
combined length of all the fish.
We
who was the longest?
The weight.
We got down to the weight and grams.
Grams. Like we're weighing brim like this.
We're weighing brim to about 13 centimetres. just to try and get a little bit more length on it. And weight.
Yeah.
And weight. So it was the most weight. Then we sub-categorised it as well. So we're like the longest brim or the biggest brim, the biggest jack.
Yeah.
Barra, whatever. So any breed that we'll catch and we'll class it as a new category.
As a new category, yeah.
So there was heaps of new categories, and then we also did crabs as well. And
just thinking about that.
Yeah.
That night we went out to in the causeway and we're in the tinny.
Yeah.
And that freaking eel bit me finger.
Oh,
chomped down on my finger.
Yeah. That pike eel.
Hell.
Was it a pike eel?
Yeah, pike eel.
Yeah, and like the length of his teeth, like we measured it. That was probably a good 4 or 5 centimeters.
Yeah.
And like that went into your finger.
Yeah, and I could see it through the buddy.
Yeah. It was that long.
Yeah.
That if you put your finger next to 5 centimeters, that's going through your finger.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it didn't actually go all the way through.
Nah, but I heard the crunch.
You heard the crunch, like it hit your bone or something, didn't it?
Yeah, my whole finger went.
Instant.
It blew up. Yeah,
instantly, I remember that. That was all those. That was the causeway antics, wasn't it?
But then that's when I got that big bloody pike eel in the competition.
Oh,
and I was
you
like,
did too.
I didn't want to go anywhere.
And I swear to God, that pike eel would have been at least 1.5 meters, if not longer.
It was huge.
It was massive, and you didn't want nothing to do with
didn't
that
want
bastard. You're like, fuck it, I'm not going nowhere near him, mate.
Yeah, memories. Come back.
Yeah, no, it was good, mate. That was good. Did you want another beer?
Oh, mate, wouldn't say no.
No, you have another.
Never say no.
Yeah, just one thing you got to do. You got to crack it near the mic.
Okay.
So you got to give it a little. There we go. Yes, that's the noise, isn't it? Yeah. So that was. So we done that a couple of times, eh? That's a good little spot, that too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And since then,
you wouldn't think it'd hold the quality of fish that we've been getting there now.
No, that's right. And seems to be like a good quality of fish every time we go.
Yeah. Yeah. There's always that one or two crackers.
Bangers. Yeah. And we'll definitely do another camping trip soon.
Yeah.
For sure, because that's so much fun, man. I love that. And that's like what we we're talking about before. Like there's those sort of like spontaneous trips where you don't particularly plan anything. It's just like, let's go and camp here overnight and see where it takes us.
Yeah.
We set the fire up. We have the fire going.
Yeah. next thing
we got to get the beers going. We park up the boats. We don't even get in the boats. We literally use the boats as transportation to get there. We park them up.
Well, you almost sunk yours. Didn't you forget the
Oh,
bunk?
yeah, I did. fucking old. I threw the boat in the water and then I left it with my son and I go up, put the boat away and I put the car away and I'm not even thinking too much of it and I'm just sort of like taking my time, fucking around, doing all bits and pieces. And I come back down and Tyler's like half in the water, like leaning down towards the back of the boat. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, Dad, you forgot the fucking bung. He's trying to keep the
whole.
And I'm like, oh shit, what do we do here? So I was like, oh, just get in. So we just get, and we literally like cruising around like almost vertical. We got that much water in the boat, and then we turn up to you guys like fucking.
We pulled everything out and we're bailing it out. When you came around, I noticed the boat was like so close to the water.
Yeah,
like it was almost to the
it was ready to go under.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't far off, eh?
Yeah.
And that was. There's always going to be some little misadventure to go in our adventure,
Has
eh?
to be, yeah.
No, they're the best, and that, and like even like Tyler's saying too, like we just absolutely love those times, man. They're the best times, and we have an absolute blast.
Yeah.
They even brought out the old crocodile piss as well. You
You
have a little
right.
shots of that.
Yeah.
That's actually a brand of fucking rum or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it was true to the word too. But
it had some sting on it.
It did, didn't it? But we don't even really particularly have a late night either. Like it wears us out. Like like 10:30 or something. We're out cold.
Gone.
Yeah, and then like, we're fucking sitting in those swags, mate, just laughing, laughing, like.
Hey Brian.
Brian.
Hey Brian.
And just being like kids, isn't it?
Yeah, it is,
Literally, it's so much
You
fun.
gotta be there to be there.
Yeah, that's you gotta. What else do you say?
If you weren't here, you'd be somewhere else.
That's exactly right. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I need that in a soundbite.
Game changer.
It's a game changer. That's a game changer. Yeah, throwing out all the quotes too.
Oh yeah.
But you've always been a bit of a fan of camping and stuff, haven't you?
I have. Yeah.
And you guys will just quite randomly just load up the car and you guys will go out.
I think the spontaneous trips they're the best.
Yeah.
Like not planning anything until it's normally when we're pissed as parrots.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's get up in the morning, let's go.
Yeah.
And we're stumbling around at night, loading up everything. The boat's on the trailer. No, sorry, the boat's on the back of the car, and wake up. It's like trying to open the eyes up and struggling, and you're like, what did we plan last night? You walk down and everything's in the car, so it's like, all right, let's go. Yeah. But no, the spontaneous trips for us are the best.
Yeah. And you guys have been to some awesome places too. But also, you're not even far from here. Like you guys will just go. You might go west. Go to
even Billow.
Yeah, Billow.
Like, the dam out there is amazing, and the people out there are amazing.
Yeah.
Like everyone walks around, chin wagging with a beer, finding out, like where the barrow's sort of sitting and who's catching, red claw and that, and they're ready to help. Give you the tips and things, and it's a good place to go out there and enjoy a bit of camping.
And it's not even that far away. It's an hour and a half.
Yeah. It's not
that
far at all.
Yeah, that's it. And so there is some great little places just in our backyard, literally.
Yeah.
That aren't that far away from us.
No, well, Keppel's awesome. We always go to Keppel and stay out there.
It's a shame that, well, I don't know. I mean, look, it's quite nice the way they got it set up now where it's a bit more simple. Like, it's not too touristy, not too overrun with like a resort. But, I mean, look, they do need something there.
Yeah.
Definitely. I can understand that part. But it's another great little spot there, and it's like one of those ones that we just forget that's there as well. Don't take it. Don't utilize it as much as what we should.
Yeah.
Do you get out in the boat much these days? You still got the big boat, haven't you?
Yeah, we get out. We don't go out wide as much as we want to, but only due for work, and it's always been blowing.
Yeah.
So for the last year and a bit, we've struggled to get out. We just do the sneaky trips over to Keppel for the weekend, and fight our way through the boat ramp, and but I think the last trip we done was up to Airlie in the big boat.
Oh yeah,
went up there for 4 days and stayed up in Nar Inlet around the waterfall.
Was that the time you caught up with the Adeline people?
No, that was a bit after.
Was it?
Yeah, we stayed up there with them back, I think it was a year ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
they've, because shout out to them, they've got their own
Yeah, Adeline Adventures. Yeah,
Adeline Adventures. Yeah. So they got their own YouTube channel, isn't it?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Adam and Sarah.
Yeah, and they do like fishing adventures and stuff like that, and and share them out and stuff. And you guys caught up with them up there at Early. You went over and picked them up from Hamo.
Yeah, we picked them up from Hamo. I sent him a message and I said, "What's happening? We're going up to Early," and he's like, "Are ya? What's the weather like?" I said, "Freaking beautiful, mate." He's like, "Right, I'll be on a plane." So bang, the next day they're on the plane.
True.
Yeah, and it was awesome. Spontaneous again, you know. And they said, right, well, we're going to fly into Hamo because it's cheaper to get to there, and we can just pick them up in the boat, all the luggage. And yeah, pulled up at the ferry, like waited for the ferries to leave.
Sure.
And I thought, right, we'll just sneak in there, pick them up.
Yeah.
Had the, it was good. And we took off, and the harbour master's out in the boat, sitting there waiting for us to get off the dock. And I thought to myself, he's going to pull me up.
Yeah.
And sure enough, comes up. "What are you up to, mate? What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm just picking up me mates." He's like, "You can't use that ferry dock. You've got to come in, and next time I'll get you a dock, and you can park up there and wait for them and pick them up."
Why?
Just wanted the money, I think.
Yeah, that's bullshit, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I waited for the ferries to fuck off, and
but
like,
like I was saying before, mate, technically you are being a ferry.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
You're ferrying people. You're picking them up from the airport and taking them. You're ferrying them across the water.
Yeah, that's right.
So I guess that's a fucking pass.
Yeah, and I'm sure all the bigger boats in the harbour don't want little tinnies running around in there. And
what does it make any difference? You're literally there for how long were you there for?
Not even 30 seconds.
That's exactly my
Bags
point.
down, jumped on,
jumped
and
in,
gone.
and away you're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fucking squeezes, eh?
Yeah.
Just stamping their authority.
Yeah.
Oh, that annoys me.
Yeah. But no, it was good. Picked them up and.
And then what did you guys do? Did you guys go out and do a bit of venturing?
Yeah, went. We went into Nar Inlet. There's a big pylon there.
Yeah.
And we thought it'd be a great idea to jump off the pylon.
Oh yeah. How'd that go?
Well, it wasn't too bad. Until I told them that there was a breeding area for hammerheads. But no, I think that's just the story. But it plays on your mind a bit.
No, it does. Yeah. Well, no, there was that, but I know that there's definitely, isn't there bull sharks and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, tigeries get around there.
Tigeries. Yeah, tiger sharks. Yeah. So that is definite. And there was that recorded attack there not too long ago. No, that's. Oh, that would have been cool catching up with them, but that's awesome. Like that's spontaneous trips and stuff. Eh? Yeah. No, good on you, mate. That's awesome. And so, what are you doing with yourselves these days? Still doing the same thing? Just
cruising,
and then planning on the next adventure, mate.
Yeah, pretty much. We just need to come up with a bit of an idea, and I think we really want to go back to Vic and get back down to the Murray. I think this time next year. Like as
a bit of a trip, of a fishing trip.
Oh, we fully enjoyed it down there.
Did you?
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
And what would you do? Just pack the boat up as well? Take the boat, or just
just take the boat.
Take the little one.
Yeah, take that down there and do a bit of cray fishing. The Murray crays down there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
cool.
Sort of time that for the season that they're on.
Yeah. When do they usually come in?
I think it's June and July. You've got 2 months. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you just pack up do the camping style that you normally do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be sick.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Pack up the 79 series, mate.
Yeah.
Away we go.
Pack her up. Yeah. She's been around a bit now. So
she has, hasn't she? Yeah, done a bit of cruising and that. Because you had the 200 as well there for a while, didn't you?
Yeah.
And they're just a bit more convenient with the 79.
Yeah, look, I love the 200, but for what we do, it wasn't viable. So we thought we'd set up the 79 and done away with the 200 and a lot of people look at me and sort of sideways and like, gave up a 200 for a 79. I was like, well, I love it.
No, I can see the appeal on your behalf, mate, because you got it decked out pretty sweet too, with all the stuff in the back for it.
Yeah,
it's set up perfectly for your lifestyle.
Yeah, it is.
You guys do. Yeah. I'm surprised you guys don't have your own YouTube channel or something, mate.
Yeah, well, I thought about it a long time ago, but. Yeah, I'm not very good in the camera, so.
You said you're the king of talking shit.
Yeah, I am, mate.
No, was it other people telling you that?
That's other people telling me.
Mate,
shit talker. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like you see some of the some of the photos and stuff on your Instagram, mate, of some of the fish that you guys have caught. You and Chelsea have caught. Of course, some absolute bangers, though.
Yeah, been pretty lucky. Yeah. And
but also too, mate, you know your shit too.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people have taught me a lot of that stuff.
Have they?
Like, Tarlo. You know Tarlo.
Yep.
He took me out for the first time in Yeppoon.
Yeah.
To catch bloody Spanish macs.
Yep.
And see, I'd never caught a Spanish mackerel before.
Yeah,
I'd only
okay.
been, down south and that.
Yep.
And when I first came up, he said, "Look, I'll take you out. We'll go get some Spannies."
Yep.
And it was a bit of a cloudy day.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "They won't come on the bite until that sun's through the clouds."
Bullshit, really.
Yeah. And he was onto it.
Was he really?
As soon as that sun came out,
yeah,
bang, the reels were screaming. Like
really?
It was full bore, yeah. And it was nothing I'd ever experienced before, like the fight of a fish up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how he knew that too, eh?
Yeah.
Just from the experience
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's I guess that's local knowledge, isn't it? And
it is.
Years of experience and dealing with that stuff. It's pretty impressive to see.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of fishing? Is it out on the reef stuff, doing that stuff, or up the creeks? What do you
know?
You don't really care. What do you?
What if I've got a line in the water?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like I was out at work. Well, I shouldn't say I was fishing in work time, but
no, on your days off.
Yeah, when we're in when we're in WA, we'd go out to the freshwater creeks and catch these little millinger, the little perch.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'd sit there for ages catching those and get the same kick out of catching bloody reds off, out wide.
That just goes to show your true passion.
Oh,
for
mate,
it,
yeah. I was like a little kid catching those, buddy. Yeah, it's awesome. But
look, I'm not much of a fisherman, but like my favorite type of fishing is just is catching whiting off the sand.
Yeah,
just going up the little creeks off the sand.
Yeah,
catching whiting.
Mm.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but I don't know if it's because it's just something I remember as being a kid and just catching little whiting all the time, whatever. But like I'll go over the beach side of the causeway there, pump some yabbies, or just run a little bit of dead bait, a little bit of prawn or something, and I could sit there all day just pulling in those little whitings.
Cracking
I just love it, mate. Yeah. It's fucking awesome. And I don't mind a bit of crabbing too. Crabbing's all right. But do you eat much eat much what you catch?
Oh no, well I do, but we give a fair bit away.
You do. All right, actually, there's a fucking story for you. Yeah. Of all that fucking crab that turned up to your house.
Oh fuck! How'd you
be?
Eh?
Yeah. I couldn't. I said, if it's gonna fucking happen to anyone, it'll happen to Phil and Chels. Yeah. I shit you not. When was it King Tides?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was King Tides.
I think they were like a 4-7 or something.
Yeah, so big tides up here.
Yeah,
and he literally had a fucking buck mud crab. On size too, over the 15.
It was fucking huge.
In his garden at the front of his fucking house. He literally walked out of his house and walked out the front and picked up this fucking mud crab. Yeah. Like you could not get it any more given to you
I know.
than a fucking mud crab turned to the front of your house.
Don't even have to put the pots out.
No. You didn't even have to. You didn't even have to leave your home.
Nah,
they come to your fucking house.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when you sent me that photo.
Yeah.
I thought it was a fucking play on.
Yeah.
But you actually had a witness. You had your neighbour as a witness.
The neighbours there,
yeah. Fuck me. That's brilliant.
Yeah. That was. Yeah, wasn't expecting that.
No. I mean but that's just typical.
Yeah.
So you done any other sort of fishing or anything like that, mate?
Well, another experience was up in Darwin. Buddy, we went up there for work purposes. We were having to go over to WA, but we had to do a 2-week stint over there so we could get clearance to go into WA.
Oh, okay, righty.
At the time. And work put us up there in the hotels and that, and sort of said that you can do whatever you need to do, like go and explore and that.
Yep.
And we thought it'd be a great opportunity to go up because we've always wanted to go to Dundee Beach.
Yep.
And go fishing out there for the dewies and things.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah, so we grabbed on that. Went on a charter. We hired a boat. We went on a charter at the start, and then we got a boat.
Yeah.
Hired out. And it was the worst time until it was in summer. So,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, wet season up there.
Yep.
And I think we're about 40 k's off the coast, down in one of the creeks there.
Yeah.
And we noticed that 3 storms were around us, and they merged together.
Oh shit!
And
Made like a superstorm type
Oh,
of thing.
mate, it was crazy. And it got to the point where we couldn't even see 25 metres in front of us.
Yeah.
I had the boat launching out of the water.
Shit.
Like, just trying to get back to the boat ramp. And, yeah, I gave old Bud a little call on the radio and said, "Hey, Bunge, we're coming in. We're coming in hot."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Righto, too easy." And he had the boat and the trailer down on the ramp, ready to go. And I just flew up the trailer, he buckled us up, and off we went. But holy heck, that was an experience.
Man, I would have been shitting myself.
Oh, mate, yeah, I was at the point of getting everyone to put life jackets on.
Yeah, that point was it.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Like,
that's
I know
serious.
boating, but
when it gets like that, you know, it's fucking serious.
Yeah.
What do you could if you could pinpoint one fishing trip that you've been on or one fishing adventure that you've done that was probably the best trip? Have you got one?
Oh,
have you got one that you could?
Yeah, it's.
I mean, they're all different. I suppose they're all got different things and aspects.
They do, yeah.
Well, if you could categorize one thing, let's just say probably the best fishing experience you had, like catching fish.
Yeah, I'd have to say down at Point Sampson.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, we the wife and I went down there and shot out about 30k out, and we had a school of cobia all around 25 to 30 kilo.
Wow.
Around the boat. They were that thick, you couldn't even drop your line down to get to the bottom. They'd smash it. It was freaking epic.
Wow.
And yeah, we went out 140 k's the next day, and we were catching reds, like 10 kilo reds. It's not something you see often up there because they sort of don't grow that big.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we're catching 80 centimetre trout and massive Rankin cod, and it was a glass out.
Really?
For days, yeah.
Wow.
And we actually had a mate and his girlfriend come out, followed us out in a 4.4 metre.
Yeah, oh, really?
Yeah, 140k.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they just had jerry cans piled up in the back.
Wow, it was that flat.
It was awesome. Yeah, and oh mate, the amount of tuna busting around, and yeah, that would have to be probably the most special trip I'd ever been on. Like just the fishing wise, like.
How long ago was that?
Oh shit, that would have been 4 year ago.
4 year ago.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even that long ago.
Nah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it was something special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about this way, over this side? Anything over this way?
Yeah, I think just mainly like we do a lot of trips that are like 2-3 day trips.
Yeah, sure.
And we jam pack them full of adventures, and it's funny because every time we go, it's always something different.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when we caught up with Adam and Sarah down at Lake Mundrin.
Yeah.
Like, that was crazy, mate. Like I was on the wakeboard, and I had my fishing rod with me with a massive popper on, and I was just playing up, something stupid.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be a great idea to tie the fucking thing on my hand with a dog lead, so if I did fall off, I wouldn't lose the rod.
Oh yeah,
because it was like, it was a good rod.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
And fucking getting pulled around on the wakeboard with the bloody rod out here like this, and the popper's flogging it in the back of behind me. And I thought, righto, I'm done. My arms are starting to get sore because I haven't wakeboarded for a long time.
Yeah.
And as I've dropped off and I've let go of the rope, the fucking handle of the reel got hooked up over the rope.
No.
Yeah, and it grabbed a hold of me and started dragging me along in the water.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was freaking, I'm underwater and I'm
drowning.
Drowning, struggling.
Yeah.
And I think they realised at the time that I was still stuck on. And they pulled up, man. My hand was all ripped up and yeah.
Lucky.
Stupid shit. Like, yeah.
That's bloody intense.
Yeah.
Didn't catch fish though?
No. Oh, I did.
You caught yourself?
I caught a little barra. Would have only been about 30 centimetres.
True.
But yeah, Chelsea dropped it.
You're blaming her for it.
Bloody
Do you? This is a good question. Do you, when it comes to your equipment and your tackle and that, do you notice much of a difference in the quality of the equipment? Like, is there a big difference when you start buying? I mean, I'm not comparing. I'm not saying like a $15 rod that you might pick up at Kmart
Yeah.
I mean, like when you might be buying like $100 reel or something, then buying a $300 reel.
Well, yeah.
You know, like to me, like a novice person who doesn't really understand it too much, you know, like I wouldn't notice the difference myself. But someone like yourself who's very knowledgeable in this stuff, you know, you can tell the difference between all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Makes a difference.
Yeah, we were running with gear for a long time that we thought was, you know, enough.
Yep.
And then decided to splurge out and bought some Stellas, like the 1800 and the 1600 size. And the amount of fish that we'd caught after using that gear was nearly double. Like we lost so many good fish to
inadequate equipment.
Yeah, that's right. And now we're running our gear and it's unbreakable.
Yeah.
Like the quality of it's so good, and we don't have to. Yeah, I think we've had those rods and reels for 5 years now.
So you also get like longevity out of them as well too. You're not having to
keep up the service and that.
Yeah, you don't have to constantly buying and updating your equipment. Good quality equipment from the start.
Yeah.
So that's probably a good recommendation for people. Eh? And you can say to them, you know, if you're gonna do it properly, like
get a Stella.
Yeah, get a Stella. That's a plug.
Yeah.
An advertisement. There you go.
Yeah.
Philby wants a Stella.
Yeah.
Hook us up, Russ.
Yeah.
No, but I always wanted that because, you know, like someone who's a novice person who might do it once in a blue moon. You know, they're not going out catching anything big or extravagant or whatever. You know, they might only need a cheapish rod, but you know, when you're doing something in your line of it, like I guess, it's
when you spend so much time and effort and money into doing it, you need the good gear because otherwise you see a lot of people, they go out and they'll buy a boat and they'll buy some gear and then they can't catch fish and then
they get the shits with it.
They get the shits with it and then their boat sits in the backyard for years and not getting used.
And it's because it's like
they're not fishing right.
I could
learn and change their tactics and.
Well, you know, it's funny. Like our game changed for Tyler and I just purely from learning cast netting. As soon as we cast netted, we learned and we caught liveys.
Remember that time when you came down home?
Yeah,
and I said, get a live bait and you'll get a fish.
Yeah,
you'll get a good fish out of this creek.
Yeah, you did.
Then straight away.
Yeah, we were sitting down there. We weren't getting shit. Yeah. You turned up. You cast it out. You brought your net down.
Yeah.
You cast it out and you caught a couple of liveys. And you said, if you're going to get anything out of here, it'll be a livey. Sure enough, you caught a fucking nice little cod.
Yeah.
Straight up. We couldn't caught shit the whole day. It was the local knowledge. Yeah. But that's exactly right. And then, our game completely changed from those camping trips. Tyler and I learned how to cast net off YouTube.
Yeah.
And once we learned how to cast net and we caught liveys, mate, that our last camping trip was the best one we've had yet.
Yeah.
We caught two massive jacks and a couple of barra.
Yeah.
In the causeway.
Yeah.
I didn't even know barra was in the causeway.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So yes, I guess it does pay to have that little bit of knowledge and and our equipment is getting a little bit better too. Like we have been spending a little bit more money on the better equipment. So
you're being allowed to.
I've been allowed. Yeah, definitely. So use Tyler over here. He's a little. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no. So but you also do all kind. But you'll do any kind of fishing, won't you, mate? You'll do beach fishing, creek fishing, and anything. But you got the big beach rods and all that sort of stuff too, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, I go down at home there and like I'll sit there and catch shovel nose sharks.
Yeah, radio.
For shits and gigs, you know, like I've got a friggin' 16-foot rod.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
that
get
might
a
have
few
been
looks,
that.
but
Yeah, the surf rod or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Is that you get? Was it the old? Is it the what was the old brand of reel for the surf?
Oh, the old Alvies.
Yeah, Alvies. Yeah. You got any of those?
No.
They
look too hard.
Yeah, well, they're all because they're shut up now, aren't they? They don't. So, do they?
I think they are.
Yeah.
Still building reels.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they've got like these new fang dangle bloody reels like they used to have, but now they've got like a better gearing system in it.
Oh, okay, radio.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I just remember there was talks that I think it was COVID or whatever it was. It was something that was gonna give them a bit of a take him out or something. But last time I caught up with you guys, we're down at It was Christmas time. We packed the caravan up, came down and dusted up the old Boulder Dash.
The
mate.
Boulder Dash. I know where this is gonna go.
Yeah, I gotta mention it, mate. Yeah. So, jeez. When you used to, well, for a while there, I think the last couple of weeks prior to you moving out to the mines, you were actually living here, weren't you?
Yeah.
For a while, because you were sort of like in between. You were finishing up here, and then you were going in between the job, going out to the thing.
Yeah.
So we would play games and do all kinds of stuff, and we dusted off the old Boulder Dash.
Yeah,
that's actually got a soft spot for us all, hasn't it?
It does. We used to do that once a week.
Yeah, and it was the best nights too. And like even to this day, there is quotes from those games that we
Still
played
coming.
back in 2008, I think it was.
Yeah.
That we bring up like that
regularly,
regularly. yeah, Glip.
Oh, Glip.
But I had to bring up Glip.
I couldn't believe it though. Like when I was out at work, I think because we used to have a TV at the Go Line, and they used to put the racing on there, or State of Origin and that. And there was a Formula One car, coming around a corner, or coming around a curve, and he's come out on the ripple strip, and he sort of slipped a bit, and then old mate on the bloody the thing, he's like, oh, he glipped.
He glipped.
And I'm like, get fucked.
Yeah, so for
the no idea that we actually didn't even know that it was a word.
No, well, so for the people who are listening, it was a question, and you got to answer. You answer something, and you got to answer it to be as believable as possible.
That's right. And bullshit somebody.
You're bullshitting them. Yeah, and one of the questions was glip. What does glip mean?
And then I said it was slipping on wet grass.
Slipping on wet grass. Whoever read it out, it was the fucking funniest thing ever. Like, I was in fucking tears.
I reckon Dino called it out.
I think it must have been Dino. I reckon it was Dino. Dino's been shouted out regularly on this podcast. I have to have him on one day.
You wouldn't believe it too, though.
What's that?
I actually went to school with his brother down in the Mount.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, Matt.
Really?
Yeah.
Small world, isn't it?
I think we were grade 3.
Wow.
Yeah, year 3, yeah.
Such a small world, eh?
Yeah.
How small
no idea.
No, crazy.
And we ended up working here together.
I know, isn't that crazy? I know.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Bloody, so slipping on wet grass.
Yeah.
And then fucking years later, we find out it's a real word.
Real word, yeah.
He glipped. Yeah.
Unreal.
Oh, fucking unbelievable.
But I got paid out hard for that.
Yeah, but it wasn't really a payout. It was, it was the funniest thing I've ever heard. Like, it was, you sort of got paid out, but it was not because it was shit. It was because it was so good.
Yeah.
Like, that one, we still talk, like, whenever someone slips or whenever someone does anything, it's always that glip now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's forever cemented. Yeah, help yourself. Do you want another one, mate? Have a roadie?
I wouldn't say no.
That's right. There we go. So that was brilliant. But so you did it. So you did a stint for a couple of years as a funeral director, mate. How did you find working in the funeral industry? Was that all right?
Yeah, surprisingly fell into that quite well.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I think it's a job that you wouldn't sort of expect to do when you're trying to find a career. Yeah, it's not something you'd sort of jump into unless you're involved in it.
Yeah,
or family's involved in it already.
Yeah, you're right, and it's not something that normally the guidance counsellor in the movies would be going, "Hey, you know what you need to do?
Yeah.
You need to be a funeral director."
Yeah, that's right. But no, look, I'm always pretty, approachable and
definitely.
And I thought I was in a good way of being able to support people.
Mate, you slipped into the role really well. You've got a nice personality to start with, mate. I think that's very important to have in the funeral industry. I think you've got to be, you can't be a fucking zombie these days. Like and when I'm talking these days, I'm even talking about the early 2000s when we were doing it. The same thing. You got to have a personality for it, friendly, bubbly. Because people want to.
They need to stretch out and talk.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And people catch the vibe off other people, and if you're happy and you're bubbly and you're polite and stuff, people vibe off that. If you're sitting there going, people are like, oh no, I can't. No, it's fucking morbid. So And but you did it all, mate. You did funerals. You helped with the transfers, coroners, trimming coffins, everything. Didn't you? The whole works.
Yeah.
That was a good. That was some of the best times I've ever had, mate.
Yeah. I reckon the team we had
that was
unstoppable. We worked really well together. Like the group of the boys that we had.
Yeah. Well, at that time there was you, me, Dino, and Ash, and that was I still think that was the A team, mate. At that time, mate, that was we laid the foundations for what it was to become today. I think. Yeah. That was. And you go down there, you can still see the handball marks on the roof.
Yeah, the handball. The cricket.
They played indoor cricket.
Yeah, the exit
fucking
was
handball.
The 6 and out.
Look through the window, wait for the boss, the old man, wait for him.
Boy.
Oh, the old boy's coming. Fuck, back up.
Yeah. And if we knew we were in trouble, we'd have a beer ready for him.
Just to debrief him.
Yeah.
Settle him down. Yeah. Fucking oath. Because we were young then.
We were.
Yeah. We were fucking around.
Yeah, got all our jobs done. And
we got our jobs done, mate. Yeah. And then we'd set up the trusses. So what we'd normally use for the to sit the coffins on, we'd set them across the room there. And we'd turn into a little like pickleball fucking thing where we'd be bashing it. Or we had some tape on the ground there where we made a handball court with Kings, Queen, Jack and Dunce.
Yeah, we did,
Playing handball in the mortuary.
Yeah.
Well, in the trimming room.
In the trimming room,
not in the actual mortuary part, in the trimming room. Yeah, so... that was good fun. And then next minute you see the fucking boss walking. Fuck, Dad's coming.
Yeah, quickly push everything to the side.
Make it look like we're working.
Yeah.
No, good times. Bloody brilliant.
Yeah.
So, mate. So no, that's probably that would definitely. I would say they were the most funnest times of my career.
Yeah.
Yeah, working in the funeral industry. Like I've had some bangers like over the years. Even now, leading up to now, but. Being young and not I didn't have any commitments, or I didn't have the cremator wasn't running then, and so we were just young and free and enjoying life and enjoying what we're doing for a job. And then when the time came to we pack up and fucking go down and fish and and that was awesome.
Yeah,
it was the best times.
Great times.
And for people who are listening, they're the things that you got to enjoy the most, and to take those times and enjoy them.
Yeah, bloody oath.
Yeah.
Well, I know I didn't enjoy the time where when Ash and I were out cast netting in the mud. The next day we're trying to put the work boots on to go to work, and we couldn't even stand on our feet because our feet were ripped up with all the oyster rocks.
That's right, you were cut up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That will do it.
Yeah, maybe but that trip wasn't enjoyable.
But it's funny, I was saying before that those trips that you don't enjoy, they're the ones that you remember, they're the ones that make the enjoyable memories.
That's right, 100%.
So 100%, that's it. Oh shit. So what's Chelsea doing these days? She's still...
she's sort of off the rail at the moment.
Yep. Okay.
So she was POing and I was client for Bravis. That was our last rail gig.
Yep.
And we're trying to get her out underground.
Yep. Sure.
A bit of a career change for her, and she's always been interested about the underground mining.
Yep.
Back when I first started, it wasn't a real ladies' game.
Okay. Sure.
It was pretty blokey job. Yep. It was full bore. And now that it's sort of swinging differently, which is awesome. The ladies are getting down there to have a crack. It's good to see. But just unfortunate we couldn't get her underground and get her started.
So
she's well, now she's working on sort of main road sort of out the back, doing all the backtracks and things like that. So she's really enjoying that sort of side of it. Yeah, she's on a roller now, and
cool.
Yeah, she's really moving ahead. So
good.
Yeah, proud of her. She's really hooking in.
Yeah. So does that give you opportunities to sort of meet up at the same time to be able to go and do those travelling and adventures and stuff like that?
Yeah. So she's on a different roster, but it lines up for her days off.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
So you guys can still do what
we can do. Yeah. So
no, that'd be good because I'd love to. We're gonna have to definitely plan another trip again soon, mate. Do another camping trip.
built those trophies. We got to.
Oh, no, that's right. You did too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to. Well, you guys are reigning champions at the moment,
We are.
we need to bring the trophy back home.
You need to bring the slug home.
Yeah, that's it. And if we fucking win it, I'm putting it right here on the coffin table. I'll have it on display for everyone to see.
I cracked up when I actually started building it. I didn't think it was going to look as good as it did.
Mate, it actually looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It came out really well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for that bloody scroll.
Yeah, the
to go
scroll.
in,
Yeah. No, that a lot of those records still stand too, because we haven't really done anything since you've written those trophies up.
Yeah, right.
Done those trophies, so it's all true, still true to the word. So we'll be coming for it, mate.
Yeah,
we'll be chasing you down. So you got anything else planned for the rest of the year, mate? Besides, I know you said you were going down to the Murray. You want to try and do that
Yeah, next year. But
next year? Anything coming up this year, mate?
Christmas we'll be heading down back to South Oz.
Yep, spend some time with the family.
Yeah, catch up with the family and do a bit of fishing off the beach there.
Yep.
And
is that going to be over Christmas time?
Yeah,
or?
Yeah. Catch up with all the fam. They'll all be around, so it works out good.
Oh, that'd be good, mate.
Yeah.
Good go down and catch up with them all.
Yeah.
What's the fishing like down there?
Yeah, it's awesome. Like as a young fella, I sort of grew up surfing and fishing just down the road. Like I lived at Port MacDonald.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I was only maybe a K away from the water there.
Yeah.
700 metres sort of thing. And I used to just cruise down with all my stuff, my snorkels and the surfboard, and go diving for abalone.
Oh yeah,
and,
okay.
Chase around for the crays and that. Didn't have much success with the crays, but the abalone were sort of the go-to thing. But I'm happy to get in the water down there for spearing and that. But up here, no way. But then everybody up here is like, "What? You dive down there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Fuck that." It's like
it'd be fucking cold, wouldn't it?
It's cold, yeah. Summer's freezing.
Is it really?
Yeah, winter's the best time to go diving.
Is it really?
Yeah, the only
because it holds the temperature, does it?
Yeah, the warm currents come through.
Ah,
yeah,
okay,
that's why we get the tuna and
makes sense.
Sort of roll through around April, May, June. But the only thing with that though is the reefs are not exposed.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's quite funny in the summertime down there. The reefs are really exposed, and you have a lot of beach.
Yeah, sure.
I guess it's just the way the world turns.
Yeah, okay.
With the sun and whatnot. But over winter, you have no beach, and your reefs are underwater, quite deep. So, it's sort of you just got to get in the water in summer and deal with the cold.
Like a man. Well, there's a bit of an industry down there for crayfishing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah,
is it really?
Port Mac's it's the crayfish capital.
Oh, is it really?
Down there, yeah.
Okay.
So,
big industry down there. Is it?
Yeah, huge. Yeah.
So a lot of the folk down there are like crayfishermen and stuff.
Yeah. Well, back in the day, there was only 1,500 people, I think, in Port Mac.
Oh, really?
And 3/4 of them were fishermen.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that's I guess that's like the equivalent. Here in Rocky, it was Meatworks.
Meatworks, yeah.
Like beef capital of Australia. It was
carpent tunnelers.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it was. It was you were a meat worker here, or you worked in the railway.
Yeah.
I think it was Meatworks, railway, and I think there's something else as well. I can't remember, but they're the two big ones here. So crayfish, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like crayfish and that?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Young fella, we used to go throw pots all the time.
Yeah, sure.
It was really good too, because we actually used to throw the pots down off the cliffs around the lighthouse area down there. And you'd be climbing down some of these cliff faces like next level shit.
And you wouldn't even think
you wouldn't even. No, and we're standing on these reefs that are like, maybe like 200 metres out, and the swell's just ripping through, and you're sort of planning your time where you can run out on it, so that when the sets come through and you get that slag in the sets,
sure,
that you'd race out, go drop the pot in, race back, and climb up the cliff.
Wow. And you wouldn't think anything of it, eh? It was just like a normal day.
It was a normal thing, yeah. Just race out, grab it, come racing back.
It's funny how as you get older, you look back like, that's a bit fucking dangerous.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah.
It's true, but you're fucking, that's a bit, come on, mate.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy. And then, you hear about these guys down in, Apollo Bay and along the Great Ocean Road there, they're all fishing off the reefs, and you hear about guys like once a week, there'd be a dude that'd drown from
Wow.
getting ripped in through the waves. But
Yeah.
you're down there the next day fishing.
Yeah, not even thinking
but
of
not
it.
thinking of it.
Yeah,
it's
of course.
not something that you're not doing it because you're just being a hero, but
Yeah.
it's just
A part of the life.
It's part of your life. It's fishing,
Yeah.
and it's going to happen. But
Yeah. Did you do much fishing up this way, up in the rivers and that, up this way in Rocky and that?
yeah, I got into the Fitzroy a little bit, but
Yeah.
I never really
just,
kind of intrigued me.
Yeah. Is it because of the fucking dirty water?
Yeah,
It's
it is.
too muddy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't mind, like, I'll go to Curruman and that. Like, I'll
Yeah.
do Curruman. But yeah, I sort of stay away from there.
Yeah. We used to do a lot of camping up at Kelly's before. Like now, it's all pretty shit in there for camping. Like dirty grubs left the rubbish up there, and it's sort of getting washed away.
It's always the way that it's always someone to fucking ruin it, eh?
Yeah.
Was there much opportunity to camp down your way, down at Port Mac down there?
Yeah, well, you can actually camp on the beaches down there.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you drive all those beaches, and we used to set up best spots, like make a big fire pit, make a couch in the sand.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude, we'd just stay there for like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
And everyone like just cruises by, and they're doing the same thing, but they've got so much beach that they'll be up a couple of K from you and just doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep, you just set your swags up, and then you lay it out, throw your line out, and you just watch that bloody light, that glow tip, just waiting for it to drop. You're chasing gummies and schoolies and snapper and that off the beach, but yeah, it's awesome. You get the sunrise and the sunset.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Of course you would. Yeah. Yeah. Because where you're positioned.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even think of that. That's you'd be getting it at one side and then get it on the other side at the end of the day too, wouldn't you?
Yeah. You'd be racing. You'd take your little tinny down, like run a 3.7 or a 3.5 tinny. Biggest engine you can get on it too, and why not?
Why not? We're in Rome.
And you're in your 10, 20 feet waves crashing around you, and you're ripping through them to do all your drop pots. Like, it's an adrenaline rush doing that.
Oh, it would be, dude.
Yeah, and you shoot back and do a bit of beach fishing, and
oh, that's sick.
Back out,
you still got that little tinny, that little one that you got the other day?
Oh, howdy.
Yeah, howdy. How long's howdy?
3.2.
3.2.
Yeah.
And what are you running on the back of that one?
I think it's 6 horsepower.
6 horsepower.
Murky. I did have the 15 on the back.
How'd that go?
Man, it's I couldn't take off because
it's vertical.
It almost
No,
and I was hooking in that fast at the causeway that time.
Yeah.
And I was in it by myself. I basically had to sit on the front seat and stretch back to steer it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because it kept wanting to flip up with the wind. Yeah, I was hooking.
What brand of boat's that one?
That's a Quinny.
Oh, that's a good little boat.
Yeah. It's as old as me. It's 41-year-old.
Is it really?
82. Yeah, 82.
True
it was
shit.
Built. Yeah.
Has it got a flat bottom, like a flat top, or has it got a bit of a curve up the end of it?
Yeah, no, it's all curved. Yeah.
Curved.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got this Facebook, I've got this Instagram thing where, long story short, I found 80 cents on the ground one day, and I've been flipping it.
Yeah.
And I've got it at the moment. I've gone from 80 cents to $800.
Yeah, right. So what's the goal? What are you going to get?
I don't know, maybe a house or something one day.
Yeah.
I'll just keep flipping it, and I've been documenting it, and I documented it. It's called Found 80 Cents. That's just the page.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I literally found 80 cents on the ground. Long story short, I've been flipping shit all the way up to. I had it at $897 or something the other day.
Yeah.
I put a $100 bet on. Like, I do anything I can do to try and flip and make a profit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I found this boat, a tinny, on Marketplace for $150, and it was a Stessel 3.7 meter tinny, and it was actually a nice little tinny. And I actually wanted to almost keep it for myself, because I could throw it in the back of the single cab ute and just, like, it was light because it was only like it was like the 1.6 millimeter aluminium. It was only real light, and I could put it on the ute. And I thought, fuck it, if I just get a little 6 horsepower motor, then I've got a little tinny. I could just throw in the ute, fucking run around. But I think the 3.7 was just a little too long. I needed that like 3.2. Yeah. I was aiming like 3.2 or 3.4 or something like that. So yeah, I want something like that. But the idea was pretty cool, like to have that. And then I gave it had a couple of cracks in it and whatnot. And I gave it to my mate, Orthy. Shout out to him, he's fabricator. He ended up patching up the couple little holes in there. And he gave it a full wash down this and replaced the board on the back of it and did all this stuff for me.
Didn't he eat the back out of a herring?
Oh no, that was David.
Oh,
that was his brother. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, I know that's his brother.
Yeah.
So there was long story short, I end up flipping it to add to the money to the sapshul, but one day I'll get one of those. I want something like what you've got because that's cool. Because you literally you'll just rip that out of the shed, walk it across the road on a high tide, and then go up through the creeks.
Yeah, because when it comes up to like a 4.6, 4.7, it actually fills up the walkway down to the beach. Does it really? Yeah. So all I got to do is just basically walk it over to the car park.
Yeah.
Slide it in, and I'm cruising around out into the creek.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And then you go and drop your pots out and do everything, don't you?
Go for a bit of a fish, but go for a bit of adventure up the creek a little bit. But
and you literally literally wheel it out from your home and go and do that.
Yeah.
That's just so filthy.
Yeah. Yeah. Sit up there. Yeah, we sit up in at low tide and wait for the tide to come back in and just spend the little arvo up there.
That's beautiful.
But yeah, I stopped doing it for a little bit because I seen a croc up there.
Did you really?
Yeah. It was sitting up on the oyster rocks.
True
and
shit.
We came around around the corner of the creek.
Yeah.
And I seen his tail just starting to cruise off the rock.
Oh,
and
far
I was like,
out.
Yeah, better not cast net in there. So
yeah,
because I used to swim over to the other side of the creek to get my pots.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of never really thought anything about it. But
I wouldn't be surprised, man, because there's been crocs been in all around that area.
Yeah.
At some point. It's been documented over the years. Of course, there'd be one hidden up in there.
Yeah, well, they say there's one that gets around in the causeway about 2.5 metre. But
I heard that. I actually heard that not too long ago. Supposedly there was one up near the boat shed.
Yeah.
Supposedly there was one that they sighted there a couple of months ago.
Yeah. Well, I reckon if that is the one in there, that would probably be the same one that's in.
Well, it makes sense.
From home, cause,
yeah, it's all linked up, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, they come out and cruise and.
Oh, I suppose it would be. Yeah, so, and it'd be right. It's right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Stone's throw away.
Yeah.
But then also like, seeing half the shit that I've seen that we pulled out of the causeway, mate. I don't know if I want to swim in there anyway.
No.
Those fucking pike eels and a couple of barracudas that we caught too.
Yeah.
They're a bit fucking scary. So. So what's so you're on a couple of days off now, mate?
Yeah.
You got back yesterday or something, didn't you?
Yeah, got back on Tuesday.
Yeah. What's your plans for the week?
Well, I might take the lovely out to Keppel on the weekend.
Beautiful, mate. Yeah, good on you.
Do a night out there on the boat.
Beautiful.
Have a few beers and watch the sunset. That's all we really.
I forgot that I actually won a raffle. It was 2 nights accommodation out there at Keppel with return ferry there and back.
Yeah.
2 adults, 2 children. So I need to take advantage of that and use it.
Yeah, bloody oath.
I know. It's beautiful. I keep forgetting about it.
Yeah.
One of the things, same thing, I just get complacent with it. Just get busy with life and forget about living.
Yeah.
But, mate, it's been an absolute pleasure catching up with you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Thanks so much for coming on, man. It's been a blast, and, it's great to get out of share some of your fishing stories and the knowledge like that, man. And, I appreciate it, mate. I'm sure there's some fishing heads out there that love that stuff. So, mate, I know you know all about this stuff because back in the day we would always
make me do that.
Yeah, mate, you know all about these nameplates. It's the same machine that used to do all the bloody time.
Yeah, right,
But, mate, we got you your own nameplate. Okay.
I see where this is going.
Phil Gosden. And underlying nickname, mate.
Oh, Morphine Seafood.
Fucking. That's a story. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that so that people ask, what's this about Morphine Seafood? But well, if you ever come across Philby or you come across myself, ask me about why the nameplate has Morphine Seafood on it.
Yeah.
That
Embarrassing
right,
moment.
No. I love it. Hey, I was
Cheers.
a witness to it. I
Yeah.
agreed with it.
Yeah.
You remember? I was there with you. So
Yeah.
he ain't. Hey, I know. I was just as much to blame on
That's
that one.
Gordon.
So,
Yeah.
so that's for you, brother.
Cheers, bro.
Thank you very much. That's
Yeah.
so for people listening. That's a coffin nameplate. We give out to all the guests that come on here. Now, I've already done one today. Did you want a shot of the Don Julio, or you happy with your beer?
I think I'm happy with the beer.
Yeah, good
The
call.
last time I had tequila
Yeah.
was one shot, and I didn't even have anything else. And I was, woke up in the morning, didn't know what happened. So, I'll
I'm
stay
glad.
away from that,
I
mate.
appreciate that, mate. Well, that's
Yeah.
good because then I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you'd be dragging me out. Yeah.
No, that's right. I'll be dragging myself out. Thank you to everyone again for tuning in, listening, the likes, the shares, the support. We appreciate it so much. This has been an absolute blast. I'm absolutely loving this, breaking up my week, being able to do something, share some stories with people about just sharing other people's stories and talking about funeral stuff as well, but just even putting that aside and just talking about people's lives and enjoying life and living and hearing some stories and whatnot. It's been awesome. So thank you to everyone who's been sharing that, and love you all, and bless y'all. And thanks, Philby, mate. We'll definitely catch up again soon, brother. Do a bit of camping, fishing, and on our next adventure, we'll come back in, sit down, and report about it, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll see if there's that trophy sitting on the coffin table here, mate, that I can brag about.
Yeah, you'll have to drink your beer out of it.
Yeah, I would. My victory one.
Yeah.
Yeah, too easy. Right, mate. Well, thanks for that.
Cheers,
All
bro.
Cheers. Thanks to everyone. Cheers. Catch us.